Well, there's information just coming in. The media has been attacked in front of Jayalalitha's residence at Post Garden in Chennai. 2 channels, including Headlines Today, were attacked. Some of our equipment has been broken. Tripods have been damaged, and our broadcast vehicles have also been impacted and damaged in a violent outburst by supporters of Jayalalitha. Now remember, journalists in their plenty are outside Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalitha's residence. We've been there reporting the story, bringing to you reactions of supporters and well-wishers of the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister. But some of these people have turned violent and attacked journalists there, including Headlines Today's television crew, and there has been damage to equipment. I want to go straight across to Headlines Today's Rohini Swami for more on this. Rohini, information coming in that tripods, broadcast vehicles have been damaged outside Jayalalitha's residence in Chennai. Bring us more information. Some of our people have been attacked as well.
Shiv, I was there at that time when the whole thing started. It just started with a sudden outburst. There was just generally media standing there and reporting, taking reactions as to how they're looking at the verdict against Jayalalitha. And suddenly they all just jumped on the media. They started breaking the cameras, they started breaking the lights, the tripods. They started stoning the OB vans around. And everybody went helter-skelter. They just needed a reason for an outburst, and invariably it is the media who is the target because they are there throughout. Let me tell you that since morning we've been stationed there. We've been taking reactions of the AIADMK cadre. We've been talking to them and asking them how they feel about the whole issue. But suddenly a group of people who wanted to behave in the way they did, extremely violently, started attacking the media, and then the police had to step in, who were there, though they were not in large numbers. They had to step in there and literally flush out the media there, saying that please leave the place. They were literally begging us to leave the place, otherwise the supporters would have got all the more angry. They just turned their anger towards the media.
Rohini, what's the situation right now? This happened a while ago. What's the situation right now?
We're just talking about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
We've all left the place, but situation is now, it is calm over there, but a few cameras have been damaged, our tripods have been damaged, certain camera persons of various channels also were beaten up, were hit, and the point is that the media, the fraternity also consists of men and women. Nobody was spared. We had to hide and find a safer place. But more importantly, it is the cadre that is trying to vent out their anger, but the media should not be the target for it. Another point is that the police also stepped in at that point of time to maintain law and order, and
Yes,
they have done their job, and we should give it credit to them for at least allowing the situation not to go out of control.
Rohini, do take care of yourself. We'll keep coming back to you. Thanks for getting us that live update. It's a huge political setback, not only for Jayalalitha, as we've said, but also for her party, especially her party that has sent off tremors through the political corridors of Tamil Nadu. Jaya has been convicted and sentenced to 4 years in jail in the 18-year disproportionate assets case. The verdict was delivered around 2:20 this afternoon, and the sentencing nearer to about 5 o'clock. And here are the sections Jaya has been charged under. Section 120B for criminal conspiracy, Section 109 punishment for abetment, and Section 13(1)E Prevention of Corruption Act. Well, earlier we spoke to DMK leader TKS Ilangovan about the verdict. Here's what he told us.
See, we were accused of filing false charges against Jayalalitha out of political vendetta. Now our stand, we are absolved of that stand. The judiciary, the judge has awarded sentence for her activity. So first thing is, we cannot be charged as filing false allegations against her. Secondly, justice which was delayed for so many years, was not denied. So we are happy. Definitely, it is for the people it is for the people to decide whether to have a party which is involved in so much of corruption. So we have our own agenda earlier. Even not only this, apart from this, the AIADMK government for the past 3 years has failed in all respects. Failed in maintaining law and order, failed in industrial development, failed in economic growth, failed in providing electricity, failed in protecting farmers, In every area, this government has failed. So along with that, we will add to that and we will go.
Now here's a quick run through of what the impact of the verdict is going to be. Many of you want to know precisely what's going to happen over the next few hours. Jayalalitha will have to step down as the Chief Minister. That's completely non-negotiable at this time. She will be disqualified as MLA for the next 6 years. A loyalist within the AIADMK will replace Jaya as the Chief Minister. That's something that will happen very, very shortly. Massive ramifications cannot be underestimated for the political equations in Tamil Nadu without a person considered the dictator of her party and quite a dictator as far as the politics of Tamil Nadu is concerned. She's gone. What happens next? The impact on the AIADMK's political fortunes ahead of the 2016 Assembly polls is something that has a huge, big, fat question mark over it. Jaya's absence will be an opportunity for the political revival of the completely decimated DMK. They smell great amount of opportunity in the political end, at least for now, as far as Jayalalitha is concerned. But the first crisis that Jaya's AIADMK will have to answer is picking her successor, and there are 4 names actually doing the rounds at this time. O. Paneerselvan is one of the names. He's a man who kept the Chief Minister's chair warm as she stepped down 13 years ago. N. Vishwanathan, these are names that we're hearing through our reporters. The state's electricity minister, V. Senthil Balaji, Tamil Nadu's transport minister, and Sheila Balakrishnan, the state's former chief secretary. All persons whose names are doing the rounds as possible successors to Jayalalitha.
It's a confirmation, a reaffirmation that everyone is equal before law. Whatever are now the legal options before Ms. Jayalalitha and her party, that is for them to look at. But certainly this is going to have far-reaching implications on the politics of Tamil Nadu.
ये अदालत के फैसले का हम सम्मान करते हैं और राजनीतिक जीवन में हो, बड़ी प्रशासनिक सेवाओं में हो या बड़े कॉर्पोरेट में हो, पारदर्शिता, सादगी जीवन का अंग होनी चाहिए और दिखनी चाहिए. इससे हमें सबक लें.
I want to go straight across to headlines. Today's editor, South, T.S. Sudhir, who along with his team has been leading our breaking coverage right through today. What a huge day for political developments. Sudhir is with us live from Bangalore. Sudhir, what's the very latest you can tell us about where Jayalalitha is? She'd been admitted to a hospital for a medical checkup. What's the latest? Where is she? Sudhir, can you hear me? Okay, we don't have that audio line with Sudhir. We'll get back to that in just a moment. Shrisha Reddy is with me live from Chennai. We're going to go across to her and get an update on the news we brought to you just a short while ago. Shrisha, there were reports of violence from outside Jayalalitha's residence a short while ago. Rohini had brought us information about how things had turned a little bit violent. What can you tell us about what's happening right now?
Much of the media has been asked to leave Jayalalitha's residence, Poise Garden, where we have been reporting since early this morning when Jayalalitha left her residence. So not just at Poise Garden, even across the state, there are reports of violence in different districts. The malls have been shut. The normal life has come to a standstill. A lot of establishments have down their shutters, and it has become an absolute kiosk as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned. And a short while before, there were also a clash between the ADMK and the DMK party workers who were clashing because the ADMK cadres were holding the DMK chief responsible for foisting false cases against the chief. And as we speak, there is also a lot of commotion that's been happening at the DMK chief's residence right now, where we are standing outside. And we are also getting reports that the media was also attacked outside the Poise Garden residence, where at least a few cameras were also broken by the ADMK party supporters who were right outside Jayalalitha's residence, who were waiting eagerly. Even before the judgment came, they were waiting with sweets and crackers to burst so that they were hoping for a positive
sign. They were hoping for some sort of a favorable victory in this particular case. So there was a disappointment. So after that kind of a disappointment, they have been indulged in this kind of violence. Back to you, Shiv.
Shrisha, is there additional security that has been deployed in Chennai and other parts of Tamil Nadu at this time? What can you tell us about the arrangements that have been made, keeping in view the possibility of volatile situations getting out of control?
Well, of course, Shiv, security has been put in place to avoid any sort of untoward incident, but we can't, we can't rule out the fact that there have been such instances being reported, and the 2-3 buses were burnt in different districts, including Kanchipuram and in parts of Chennai, which is in the outskirts of Chennai, Ambattur, and also about a few people were also injured in that. And even during the clash between the AIADMK cadres and the DMK cadres, there were also public who were on the roads were also being hurt because they were hurling stones at these people who were on the road. So it's, I mean, fearing any sort of violence. A lot of shops right near Poise Garden and also right near the DMK chief's residence have down their shutters. So there has been a lot of violence reported. Yes, of course, the police are trying to impose some sort of an order as such, because there have been incidents that have been reporting throughout the day. And having said that, this is a very serious case, a very crucial case at this point in time. So the police also expected that if at all the things go very, they should have a security so that they can put in place. And about like at least 500 cadres have been arrested in Salem alone because they were indulged in violence in Salem and the nearby districts.